Good morning and welcome back. It is time for your business news. With that, Mike Eppel joining us. Good morning, Mike. And I should point out you got a new tractor. I meant to mention that yesterday. There it is. What a beaut.
There it is.
Okay, show it off. Yep. Show and tell. What is it?
Case IH 2594 picked up at auction. I've been waiting for it to come in the mail as it did the other day, and I was very excited about it. That was my long weekend in a nutshell.
Can I ask you, and you don't have to share, but how much would that set you back?
Oh, untold dollars.
Okay, so it's very pricey. Okay, all good. That's Mike Eppel.
It's only pricey if you think it's pricey.
I think it's pricey. But listen.
Or if you're interested in such things, yes.
Whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy.
Exactly.
All right, let's get you right to the markets. Obviously, we are watching all of the developments with Russia, Ukraine. What numbers are you seeing right now? How is everyone reacting?
Well, look, yesterday we saw a sell-off for stocks that brought the S&P 500, which is a benchmark on Wall Street, down to a full correction phase, as it is called. Down yesterday 1%, down more than 10% from the recent record high. So we've seen a steep decline here for global markets, Melanie, since the start of the year. And, it just is one thing after another. First, it was about just valuations, and then it was about the risk of rising interest rates. And now you've got the overhang of Russia and Ukraine and what the West did yesterday, NATO and the U.S. and Canada announcing sanctions against Russia, the banking industry. Where does this escalate? So the market did what it did, sold off, and it's, you look at some of the benchmarks, the TSX, for example, is down 2% from the start of the year. That's not overly horrible. But you look at some of the stocks that were all the rage just last year, the likes of Shopify and Peloton and the stay-at-home sector and a lot of the tech heavyweights. Some of these are down 40, 50, 60% from their recent record highs. So, the behind the scenes here, we've got quite a bit of selling pressure here to start 2022. And I am seeing a little bit of a bounce this morning. So, again, we'll take that as it is.
Mike, as we look to go back to some kind of normal, right? People are starting to go back to the office slowly. One of the big banks has put a date on it.
Yeah, CIBC says March 21st will be back to the office on a hybrid model, and I think that's probably what you're going to see for a lot of the biggest companies across the country. This will come, though, a month after, actually, their return to office in the United States. So things, again, moving quicker in the States than they are here, Melanie. But, how important is this to the downtown of Toronto, cities across the country, where so many of the bank employees and others who had previously filled up those office towers had been off the job or working from home? It's almost 2 years now.
So yeah, which is wild.
It's and that's interesting. Actually, March 21st will be pretty much exactly 2 years to the date when a lot of people were sent home for the first time.
Mike, this is a completely different conversation, but if you were to name your favorite chip, you could only have one chip for the rest of your life. Mike Eppel chooses the.
Oh, I'm like Drake. I like my chips with the dip.
Okay, but a regular chip? Like
yeah,
a regular.
Pretty much.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the dip that gives it the flavor. Having said that, I'm also partial to all dressed. Anyway,
which is the exact opposite.
Which is the exact opposite.
Okay.
Exactly, it's everything on it. So, so if this is it, I found this interesting. I actually saw this where I went into a local grocery store the other day, and there were no chips on the shelves. Frito-Lay specifically in this price dispute with Loblaws. Of course, the country's biggest grocery store operator. So they're going back and forth. Frito-Lay says they have to raise prices. Loblaw says if you do, we're going to lose customers or not see as much sales. But this is inflation rippling through the system and rippling.
Oh, you didn't even do that on purpose.
Not at all. And so, we went through the toilet paper shortage, the supply chain issues, and now actually something we're seeing, a chip shortage in the aisles.
Whatever will we do?
Sunshine. Look, this is big money. I don't want to make too light of it. Light chip. Anyway, it is, and it's going to be interesting to see who cracks or chips first. I'm not sure which.
Oh, Mike, you're full of it. If Dina was right here, she'd have like 12 off the top of her head. Finally, right. For you,
yes.
Would you ever want to go to space? We've talked about this before earlier on, but
me personally, no. But 750 tickets have been sold for Virgin Galactic's suborbital flights at a price of $450,000 US each.
Come on.
And they figure to start by mid next year, not that far away, 3 monthly flights on the Virgin Galactic space planes. So,
this is one of those where, how do you know you have too much money?
Too much, or just a lot of money to do that. Look, I'm trying to figure out what we want to do with our time off coming up this year. It's like, do I want to fly anywhere? No, I'll just drive. So that's where my mindset is. I'm ways away from going into space at any time soon.
You stay on the ground. All right.
Pretty much.
Grounded Apple. All right. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
See ya.
Take care.